So here we have this week's sneaker releases, and there's a few to get through. Not that many, I suppose, sneakers that I would look to cop. But, there's quite a lot of, I suppose, Lunar New Year and the Doernbecher series. So let's get into it. So the first one up is the Nike Air Max 95 Black and Anthracite. And this is a nice colorway, in my opinion, and very simple. And I think it's the reverse of the normal Air Max 95 colors that you tend to sort of see, and the gradients in the reverse direction. But a cool looking sneaker, especially if you're sort of into Air Max 95. It's quite a simple colorway. And also on the 20th of January, this is the Nike Air Max TL 2.5 Black and University Red. And this one I've reviewed the orange and white pair, which is nice and quite sort of comfortable on foot, more comfortable than the Air Max 97. So if you're interested in these, then you can definitely sort of check them out. Also on the 20th of January, you got the Brooklyn Projects New Balance Numeric 480 high top. And from what I understand, this is taking inspiration from sort of thrash metal, I think. And so overall, for me, I'm not a fan of this particular silhouette just because of the high cut, but also the 480, me personally, I just didn't find them very comfortable. And also, which has two different release dates, so I'll put both. It's on the 20th and 23rd of January, so I'd say just keep an eye out if you're interested in getting these. But this is something that I'll be after this week, and probably likely to grab these on the 23rd when they come out. From what I've seen on the Foot Local website, it's saying 23rd. So, but yeah, definitely after a pair of these, and hopefully they load up on Nike as well. And also on the 21st of January, we've got the Nike Air Max DN Camo back. And what's good about the Air Max DN, because it's got like a simple upper, there's different colorways or different sort of themes that they can do with the sneaker. So I'm not mad at these. I think they're quite nice, but not something that for me that I would want to grab. But I understand if you're into sort of the camo stuff that you'd be after these. And also on the 21st of January, which is more in time for sort of Valentine's Day, is the Air Force One and also a Dunk Low. And these are the Red Roses themes. Just not really interested in it. I know it's not for me personally, but obviously for women out there, they might be interested. And I think it's mainly sort of women's sizes anyway. And also on the 21st of January, you've got the Riot Skate Shop Nike SB Dunk Low. I think this is a nice colorway. I think for me, it's one of those sneakers that's told a good story as well. To do with like Bordeaux and wine in general. So and their Riot Skate Shop are based in France. And yeah, just a cool looking sneaker. Not something that I would be personally grabbing, but obviously I won't be mad at grabbing a pair of these if I got them for on the cheap. And also on the 22nd of January is the Adidas Samba 62 Core Black. I'm assuming this is a 62 model, and just not really interested in this. It's not something for me, but maybe the people who are sort of really into their Sambas and the football trend would maybe go after these. And also on the 22nd of January, you've got the New Balance 1906A Tech Explosion. I think they've also called it the Refined Future. So, but this one, it's got the deconstructed look on it, and I do like all three colorways, but obviously the grey and white pair, probably the best in my opinion. And not mad at them. I think they're quite nice. Because I have a few pairs of 1906Rs, it's not like an immediate grab for me. I think the colorway needs to be very, very nice for me to grab another 1906R at the moment. And also on the 22nd of January, you've got the Air Jordan 5 Earth. I think this is the precursor to the Fire Red version that's come out, because if you see, it's got the 23 on the side. So I think this is like the test bed for when those come out, and they'll probably follow a similar sort of material and that kind of stuff. So this one, again, not something for me, but maybe for people who are sort of interested in sort of Lunar New Year, or just interested in Jordan 5s in general, maybe after a pair of these. And also on the 22nd of January, you've got the Louis Gabriel Nuichi Puma Moisture Mule. And these are supposed to be not very nice in terms of comfortability. The foam that they use is very sort of rubberized, very sort of firm. So I'm not sure about these. I think they look pretty cool, but just the general sort of comfort doesn't seem to be too great. And also on the 22nd of January, you've got the Taqwa Blint Ali Adidas Pose and Mega Ride. And both silhouettes, they feature sort of tongueless, I suppose, tongueless sneakers. And I suppose the draw of these is the kind of that kind of almost sort of metallic dark grey colour, and I'm not a fan of, I suppose, either models really. I don't think either of them look that appealing to me, and especially the Mega Ride just looks a bit of an abomination at the moment. But obviously these are releasing because of the popularity of shocks. And also on the 23rd of January, you got the Asics Gel Kayano 14 Oyster Grey, and this is the unlimited pack. And this one actually looks nice. I think for me, I actually think they look really nice because the Kayano 14 is obviously a popular sneaker, but I also like the fact that this one's just a nice sort of simple execution, and it seems to have sort of trail laces, so maybe it's got some sort of material on there which is maybe better than what you'd normally get and maybe more rugged. And also on the 23rd of January, you've got the Adidas Cozy Adiclog slides, and these are made in Italy, so I imagine that it might carry a slightly more premium price, and they're not bad. They're, but it's not something that I'd want to that I'll be that interested in. But the insole seems quite nice and sort of padded, so maybe it's got the comfortability factor going for it. And also on the 23rd of January, you've got the Air Jordan 5 Year of the Snake. I think the colourway is quite sort of simple, quite clean. Again, not something for me personally, but I understand, if you're a Jordan 5 person, then you'd be after these. And same goes for the Air Jordan 11 Low Year of the Snake. This one's got the iridescent hits instead of the patent leather, and the upper is instead of the ballistic mesh, it's got leather on there. So a nice pair, and again, not something that I'm after. And also on the 23rd of January, you've got the Sandy Liang Salomon XT Whisperer, and this one I've not seen this silhouette before, maybe I've missed it, but it's Salomon are known for their sort of trail hiking shoes, and they're quite sort of comfortable on foot, a bit on the firm side, but I find them good for sort of walking around in all day because the upper is quite lightweight and very sort of trainer like. So yeah, not mad at these. This is obviously more for the women out there. And also what we have is the Nike ACG, I think it's pronounced Izzy or Izzy, and this is in the Baroque brown colour and the Rufus Obsidian, and both of these are adaptations of these ACG touch sneakers. What I will say is the midsole outsole combination is quite heavy on foot, so if you're not a fan of that, then maybe don't look into getting these, but they are quite sort of robust and sort of rugged to wear. And what I would say is to probably go down half size on these because they're quite sort of big and roomy, especially the mules. And on the 24th of January, you've got the Nike Air Diamond Turf. I think this will probably be a US exclusive. I don't think these are going to release in the UK and EU. I may be wrong on that, but I've not seen it loaded up anywhere. But for me, it's a really nice looking pair actually, and one of the sort of 90s sort of sneakers that I think is sort of stood the test of time and still look cool, especially in this colourway being black, white and red. And also on 24th of January, you've got the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro B Sequoia, and this is following on from the Parachute Beige colourway, which was kind of the original SB Dunks that released before SB Dunk became a thing, and so it's got the outsole and things like that, which is more in line with a standard Dunk. So and I think the tongue is not as padded, so it's got a few things which are kind of borrowing from SB and a few things which are kind of backtracking to what a Dunk Low is. But overall, a clean look, not something that I'm mad at, but obviously not rushing to grab a pair of these. And also on the 24th of January, we've got the Asics Gel Kinetic Fluent in Glacier Grey. I think this one, again, just there's something about sort of some of the Asics models that just aren't doing it for me, and this is one of those. It just looks just weird in my eyes. I'm sure it's comfortable, but it just doesn't look very appealing. And also on the 24th of January, we've got the Nike Book 1 Forrest Gump. So I think these particular Book 1 trainers are actually really nice, especially when you have them on feet, and when you have them on feet you can kind of see what they look like, and they have that sort of Air Force One vibe to them, but at the same time it's something new. And I didn't end up keeping my pair, but I do think they're quite a nice silhouette. It's just I just never ended up wearing it, so but I'm not mad at them. I think they're quite nice, and especially if you can get the right colorway, they are very cool on foot. And also on the 20th of January, we've got the Nike Doernbecher Freestyle Collection. And as far as I know, these always release in the US, but they don't release anywhere else. But there's a different pairs on there. So we've got the Air Max 180 and the Jordan 6, and then also the Air Max DN. And I think is the Pegasus 41, and then you've got the Sabrina 2, and then lastly the Air Max Sunder. So they're designed by kids, so it's not something for me. I think there's sometimes they have the odd colorways from the Doernbecher collection, which kind of like opens my eyes, such as the Vomeros that released I think a couple of years ago. But this particular one, there's nothing out there that's kind of grabbing me, sort of saying, you know, buy me. So, but you know, cool for, you know, like the kids are designing this, you know. And also on the 25th of January, you've got the Adidas Harden Volume 9 Cyber Metallic. This has grown on me as a silhouette. I think initially when I saw these, I just wasn't interested in them, but when I've seen them on feet, that kind of stuff, it, you know, it's one of those ones that has grown on me, and I think they do look cool. And it just depends on the colorway as well with this particular silhouette. This Cyber Metallic one, you know, if I was playing basketball, you know, on court, then I would definitely be interested in a pair of these, because I think they're going to be really good for the court. But overall, like, it's not something that I'd wear casually. I think the AE ones kind of hit the nail on the head with like being, you know, transferring over to being a casual sneaker, but also an on-court sneaker, and especially because of the price range as well. But this one, again, you know, it's nice. It's really cool. And something which I'm not sure if is actually going to release, and whether it's going to be quite sort of limited, is the Hachimura Air Jordan 1 Low OG Cranes. And just, you know, this particular colorway is not the most appealing colorway because it's got flowers all over it, but I appreciate the details on there. You know, it's got a lot of embroidery hits on there, and I feel like it'll be quite sort of limited. But, you know, I wouldn't be mad if I got a pair for retail, let's say, but it's not something that I'd be, you know, rushing to sort of grab to basically wear.